to go from being embarrassed by Clay and his side tooth to getting engaged to Ollie, this is how you upgrade. During Black Women's Month, hey! Ewo, hey, God is so good, Ewo. VBS, I just turned the water on, big old flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Keeping on my truck, look like bricks. What's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessie Woo. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. So you can join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's Month. During Black Women's Upgrade Your Black Women's Month, okay? How are y'all doing? Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Let's get into the Love is Blind reunion. Y'all already see the title. Let's just jump right on in. Not out, but in. Let me just give y'all my initial thoughts, just scattered thoughts. This reunion was not good. It was all over the place. The flow was so uncomfortably weird to watch. The 5 most memorable moments. Who the came up with that? It was a whack ass idea. And I'm sorry, who voted for this? Jimmy? Like did his publicist arrange this? Like, who chose these 5 memorable moments? Like, how do you not have Carlton and Diamond?
This is why I don't deal with bitches like you.
You don't call me a bitch in my face?
And Carlton letting Diamond know your wig is slipping.
And
watch my ass to the next dick,
no,
boy.
Watch your wig, because it keeps sliding. It's been sliding since day one.
And not have her regurgitating the Beyonce lyrics.
I am.
Your wig been sliding since day one. You ain't married to no
average bitch, boy.
Peace out.
Like, I'm sorry. That should have been top 5, okay? That should have been top 5. The Megan Fox moment, it was annoying. Yes, it went viral, but it was actually quite annoying, okay? What are some of your favorite memorable moments? I thought that Lauren and Cameron, their reveal being number 2 was shade. I think Love is Blind throws a lot of shade at Lauren and Cameron. They obviously were not part of the couples compilation. Like, they are everybody's favorite couple and they're never there. They should have been number 1, point blank, period. Stop fucking playing with us. How does the Asian guy faking his tears not make the moment?
Are you rolling? Is this too much? Just a little bit. It didn't feel good. It's okay that I'm doing it.
Okay, like, how does the cutie pie incident not make the moment? How does SK at the altar with Raven, him say, I do not.
I do not.
SK, uba want, SK, uba foot want, SK, c'est qu'on ça va embarrasser moun kon ça? C'est qu'on ça va foot embarrasser moun kon ça, SK? During Black Nigerian Women's Month, really? Really, SK? C'est qu'on ça dans la moun chire moun do bay moun? Nan mwa sa? Nan ane sa? Nan tan sa même, SK? Are you not embarrassed? This is very embarrassing. How does that not make top 5? I'm sorry. And then Jess with the EpiPen moment, I get it. Like, she did eat with that. But that being number 1, like, she will never beat the allegations that she has an uncle somewhere down at Netflix of Love is Blind. Like, she will never beat those allegations for me. Drop in the comments, let me know what some of your favorite moments were. But I feel like there were so many moments. I mean, even if you want to think recently, Marissa's mom going off on Ramses.
I will just tell you hurt my daughter. I will cut your balls off.
Like, if you're gonna give me 5 memorable moments, give me 5 memorable moments, bitch. Like, don't play. Give me 5 of the most memorable moments, okay? Also, the lattes did not improve as hosts, in my opinion. I know some of y'all have been rating them. I'm sorry. If they have no haters, I am no longer living. They still suck to me. And let me just say why. I felt like they still don't understand how to flow. There would be times when, like, the cast members are literally like in an all-out verbal brawl, and they're like, okay, well, the third memorable moment. Like, no. Like, it just was no. And I feel like a lot of people's foot, of course, again, were not held to the fire that should have been. For instance, you had Alex up there. Alex has a whole bunch of predator and pedophile allegations that have been substantiated online, okay, that have been validated online. And the fact that he was at this reunion and that he was positioned in a way as someone who was cool for ducking off on Madison, I'm not feeling that at all. And we're gonna get back to that, but a little birdie told me that cast members were specifically instructed to not speak on any of the allegations and to not speak on anything that would basically back up those allegations. So Chris Colleen, with your raggedy ass, again, you are supporting women being preyed on your show. I mean, honestly, I almost didn't even make this video because just watching him on that stage, to me, it was just disgusting. And there's no way that they did not know that Alex had all these pedophile allegations against him, because the same way they were able to find that TikTok for Ben, those Reddits were going viral at that time as well. Okay? The Minneapolis streets were talking a lot. Production knew. Okay? Let's get into this dusty ass reunion though. The two shorts, lovely. I'm glad to see that they're still together.
Taylor and Daniel.
They look beautiful together. They look happy together. Daniel was asked about the Taco Bell tattoo that he said he was gonna get, and he said he did not get the tattoo that he said he's gonna get. However, he did get Taylor's eyes on his chest.
Wow!
Wow! The first thing I noticed when the reveal doors opened were her eyes when she was smiling.
I'm sorry. This tattoo to me was very creepy. Like, I thought, okay, why not just get the eyes? I felt like the nose, it just was a lot. And I'm sorry, like, if you was on top of me doing your business, I would not want to see my face like that. I don't know. I just think that's kind of creepy. But whatever floats their boat, we did get like a montage of their last year together. And it gives that they're happy. It gives that they are extremely happy. I'm happy for them. But is it me, or they were just overshadowed? Like, they were overshadowed. Yes, there was time spent on them, but I just feel like they're one of those couples. They give me what Tiffany and Brett got. Like, it just doesn't give that they got the shine that they were supposed to get, because they were overshadowed by so much mess during this reunion. It was insane. But anyway, it's nice to see that they're still together. Virginia and Mr. Dusty. First and foremost, okay, Virginia, I see that you left your Miss Rachel voice at home. Ain't no, thank you, hello. Virginia said, I'm gonna bring my real voice to this reunion. And I'm sorry, but I'm Team Virginia now. But Virginia, there's a moment where you and Devon go back and forth, and you say something about, wow, this is a character that I've never seen before. Sister, you were playing a character too. Love you down. You did the thing. But hearing you speak in your actual tone, it made me question how you presented yourself in this experiment. Was it that you didn't feel like Devon could really handle you in your fullness? You know, did you feel like he was fragile? Were you just faking? I don't think you were faking, but it does give a little bit of faking. It just gives that, because the way you showed up to this reunion, my God, I would have loved to see that Virginia. during this experience. I would have loved to see that. She gets right to it.
I still to this day don't really feel comfortable telling you Devon's views, but I will be really clear about mine.
And she lets us know, baby, he's homophobic.
I 100% support the LGBTQ community.
Not only is Devon dusty, but it's definitely giving MAGA. He don't believe in women's rights.
I also believe that women should have the decision to choose if they want to have an abortion or not.
He's definitely a Trumper.
He's a knitter.
He is a toxic Christian.
I also believe that different religions should be valued.
Okay? I mean, she went down the list of all the things that she believed in to make sure that we understood that all the things that she believed in are things that he does not believe in. So basically, she let us know that he is a dusty ass bigot, okay? And did y'all notice how he never denied the allegations?
I think that you can be together and have a relationship and not completely agree on everything.
Devon didn't even try to deny the allegations. He just came out the gate. Listen, I believe in a marriage that you do not have to agree on everything, that you can work things out within the marriage. And I'm sorry, that's just not it. That's not the answer. And I've seen people back up that answer that he gave. And I'm sorry, y'all. Like, if y'all are able to sleep in bed every night and be married to someone who would vote against your best interest, that's you. But me, as for me and mine, one band, one sound. One band, one sound. Okay? During Black Women's Month, baby, we are all on the same accord. We are all on the same accord. I'm not going to be out here voting one way and you're voting against me. Okay? Voting is not just a political thing. It is something that affects your salary. It's something that affects your lifestyle. Like, it affects your everyday life. And so, I'm sorry, there is no, oh, we could work things out. No, sir. There's no, oh, we don't have to believe in the same thing. No, sir. When it comes down to voting, we need to be on the same accord, point blank, period. The prenup was brought up and you had Nick saying how, well, in a nutshell, why make him sign the prenup? Because it just felt as if, you know, having him sign the prenup, it felt as if you were going to move forward. And she goes on to say, well, the prenup wasn't the only issue. In a nutshell, there was a transparency issue. I'm paraphrasing. She didn't use that word, but she just said that there were a lot of things that happened that just caused a lot of distrust for her. For instance, she goes on to say that the night before their wedding,
I went to his hotel room and I saw a note from an ex-girlfriend on his nightstand.
And that it was a problem for her because they had spent the entire day together, but he kept from her that he had spent time with his ex-girlfriend. Now, he goes on to not deny those allegations, but I found his explanation to be very, very weird.
That's not who I see her as, my ex. She's one of my best friends. We went to high school together, and the person that she's with now was a part of like my wedding party.
So he never denied that he did date this woman, that he was in a relationship with this woman previously. And I found that to be very, very weird. So again, you have Devon not being transparent, not having a transparent conversation with her. Then she brings up the check and we learned that it was $1,000 check.
3 or 4 days before the wedding, I ran into his mom at a basketball game. She approached me and she was really happy and said, did Devon tell you that my boss gave you guys $1,000 check for your wedding present?
The check was given to him 3 to 4 days before the wedding, and that his mother is the one who informed her, and yet he never said anything to her, right?
He still, to this day, never brought up a check.
And so his whole explanation is, well, I was going to wait till after the wedding because we're together, right?
I was just holding on to it until we actually got married. And then when we got married, we're together. I'm for sure who I want to be with in my relationship. And I know that I wouldn't hide anything from her.
Let me know if that explanation sits well with you, because I'm going to tell you why it doesn't sit. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't sit well with me. In my previous video, when we were reviewing the reunion and I had Mr. Easter come in here, remember what he said? He said, as a man, he recognized that Devon was waiting until after the wedding to have certain conversations with Virginia. He was waiting to secure her and then drop certain conversations with her. So by then, she's already locked in. She's already locked in, right? That's not transparency. That's actually dishonesty. And it's also manipulative because you're not being forthcoming with information. You're not letting me make decisions based on the actual truth, okay? This makes you a liar, in my opinion. Omission is lying. And when we look at their experience, in that last confessional with Virginia, post their wedding, she says there were a lot of conversations she would try to push for. He just would not have with her, okay? He wanted to be able to work things out and have an understanding in the marriage. No. And to be honest, I'm going to keep it realer than real with y'all. His ass did that because he knows in this experience, most likely that's the only way to land a Virginia. If he was landing Virginias outside of this experience, he wouldn't be here. Okay? So he's landing Virginia and then he wants to wait till after to be able to give her certain information, to be able to have conversations. By then, she's already locked in. Okay? And a lot of people are saying, well, I mean, she still had a prenup, so she's still good. No. Prenup or not, I still want you to be honest with me. It's a thing of honesty. Now, I noticed that Virginia didn't bring up this screenshot of her best friend, going ham and on Instagram, Insta stories. I mean, I understand that this was done after filming, but I really wish that Virginia would have talked about the fact that she was paying for all this man's meals. I mean, she does allude to the fact that she protected him a lot, but sis, again, I feel like while you're saying that he was portraying a character, so were you. Because why are you protecting him? Why are you withholding all this information? Why are you having your family come down to your wedding day and we're all thinking that this man is this upstanding guy? In all your confessionals, you kept talking about how he's a great man. He's the sweetest guy. No, he's not. Because now you're detailing how you got him a very expensive gift for his birthday.
I put hundreds of dollars of gift cards in it to all his favorite places. I put his school color in it. I put his favorite color in it.
All you got was a dusty ass basketball. Okay? All you got was diet loving basketball jerseys for your birthday, which really was a gift for him. It wasn't for her birthday, but it was a wedding gift. But it really was a gift for him. It had nothing to do with what you liked, but you focused on the things that he liked. You spent hundreds of dollars on him, and your gifts were so much that you had a hard time taking them up to the apartment.
I asked him to come down and help me with it, and he was like, can't you get it? And then when he came down, he was like, you could have got that.
Why are we finding this out at the reunion? Virginia, I'm on your side. But I think that you lack a lot of communication skills. I question if you brought these things up to him. I question if you challenged him. The same way you challenged him with the prenup, I question if you really got in his ass about those things, because it just seems like you didn't. It seems like you just were waiting. You went through the process and then you were waiting for the reunion to air his ass out, which I don't have a problem with you airing his ass out, but I do have a problem with you being in the experience and getting your Miss Rachel on the entire time. Hello. But then wait until the reunion to put some bass in your voice. No. It just makes me question how you showed up in this relationship and how you're showing up in your real relationships. That's a problem. You have a communication problem. You got to get that checked. You got to get that together so that you could show up as your full self at all times.
I speak highly of Virginia to this day when I talk about her.
Did y'all notice how whenever Virginia had any allegations, Devon never argued her allegations? What he responded with was, I have a lot of respect for Virginia.
I think that she's a great person, and just because it didn't work out between us, that doesn't make me feel some type of way or resentment towards Virginia.
I had a great time with you. It didn't work out, but it's cool. He never negated anything that she said, right? Which again is another thing for me when it comes to him. He does not know how to have the conversations. He does not know how to address things. It just made no sense to me. Then it came up that Virginia contacted him after the wedding, but then he started ghosting her, but then he went around town saying that she ghosted him, and he tried to deny it. But then you had Molly and Madison jump in and say that, no, you actually did tell us that she ghosted you.
You definitely told me that.
No,
You
so
told both of us
Yeah,
that
but-
at a bar. Yeah.
So I absolutely didn't say
she
that.
never
And
reached out to you. All three of us are wrong.
these
And then you had him like throwing shade at them because they were drunk at a bar. Oh my gosh.
two came up to me very drunk, asking me about all my business and me and Virginia, which it has nothing to do with you guys because you weren't even involved in that at all.
Woo! Being drunk at a bar. Somebody call the law. You just not gonna beat the bigot allegations. I'm so sorry. You're just not gonna beat those allegations. Overall, what did y'all think of Virginia and Devon? I thought it gave nothing. I just thought it gave nothing. It was like a back and forth that I don't really feel like anybody really ate. Outside of Virginia letting us know that this man was a bigot. I'm sorry, finding out that you were reaching out to him afterwards. Girl, why? Why? Because you have your friends online calling this man all types of dusty, which he is. But why were you trying to stay in contact with a dusty? During Black Women's Month. Why are we still trying to stay in contact with a dusty? So while the Love is Blind reunion was on last night, Clay was on Instagram fighting for his life, you know, basically asking that Virginia and other women who said no get the same dragging that he did. I just want to make something clear, right? Because I also got this comment right here from this guy on my YouTube saying that basically in a nutshell, Black women were so upset with Clay, you know, why y'all not having the same energy for Virginia? Let me first address the Black men who are crying over Virginia saying no to a dusty. I truly think that y'all are triggered by seeing the fact that your preferences don't prefer you. Y'all are triggered by seeing your preference let you know that being nice is not enough. Yeah. Being nice is not enough. And yeah, I made you sign a prenup. That still wasn't enough. I need you to be a man. I need you to be a man's man. Yeah. I need you to vote in a way that regards me, in a way that values me. I need you to do the work. I need you to show up. I need you to be financially responsible, financially transparent. I need you to lead. I need you to be emotionally intelligent. I do not want to take care of you. I am not your mother. I'm not here to mother you. Okay? I want to get married. I don't want to get married to a man-child. I want to get married to a man. Y'all are really hurt by realizing that you're not enough for your preference. And when you guys bring up Clay, it solidifies the preference aspect because y'all were very much okay with Clay playing in 80's face because she's not your preference. Okay? Post Clay's experience on Love is Blind, it was made clear as day that 80 was not his preference, that a dark-skinned woman was not his preference. Clay speaks for a lot of you men. You all hate your mothers. You hate women who look like the woman who birthed you. You watched the woman who birthed you get mistreated, and so you show up in the dating world expecting for women who look like your mothers to accept the same bad treatment that your fathers put her through. Okay? So when you saw Clay play in 80's face, y'all rejoiced. And what did you say? It was just the process. That's the process. Even Clay, this is what you said.
Any guy would be lucky to have AD. Bro, it was just a process. It was 6 weeks of me. And I've been in a show, I think I articulated that I was struggling with the fact of being married this quick.
Okay. And so why can't the same thing be applied to Virginia? Why are you asking for the world to drag a Black woman? Why? Why? Because it triggers you that you are not preferred by your preference. Because when the shoe was on your foot, it was just a process. Well, bitch, it's just a process for Virginia as well. Okay? This is the premise of the show, remember? This is the premise of the show. Point blank, period. And let me say this. Anybody who's looking at Virginia and saying that she did the same thing as Clay, I'm going to tell you that you are dumb as a bag of rocks. You are a waste of space. Clay got on Love is Blind with his missing side tooth and embarrassed his father by exposing his deepest, darkest family secrets repeatedly. He used his father. You know, my father used to take me on cheating trips all the time. My father cheated on my mother for 20 years. My father did this to my mama. He did so much damage to his father and his mother that Love is Blind ran with it. Used Clay's private family secrets as his storyline to the point where his mother had to join him on his apology tour and beg us to leave her son alone. And might I add, if I didn't say before, his side tooth was missing. Okay? This man, instead of being a man and telling AD, I do not want to get married. And let me say this. He did tell AD several times, I don't want to get married. This is not for me. I don't think I want to get married. But you still stayed in the process. You still stayed in the process. You should have never went down the aisle. Point blank, period. Because you said you don't want to get married. So why even go down the aisle? Now, I will say this to AD. AD was in her pick-me era back then. Okay, we're going to get to AD in a minute. She was in her pick-me era back then. But she did not deserve that. She did not deserve the embarrassment, the belittling that she got that day on her wedding day. The way that man talked about her, disrespected her. If you're sitting here saying that Virginia and Clay did the same thing, you are dumb. I said what the fuck I said. You are a hit dog hollering because watching Virginia say no to Devon is a reminder of what you are experiencing in the real dating world. Y'all ain't getting chosen either. Baby, y'all's preferences do not prefer y'all. Ooh! Ooh! Hey, whoa! Hey, I'm loving it. Hey, whoa! I love it. I love it. So kudos again to Virginia for saying no and not settling. Point blank, period. She did the right thing. Mr. MAGA and Susan B. Anthony. Well. During Black Women's Month, are y'all gonna tell me I was right?
Girl, you was absolutely right. You did say that.
I want to hear. No, I want to hear it.
You was right. You was right, Jessie. You was right.
I want to hear it. I be right.
You was right.
She do be right.
You told us.
Y'all. I told y'all.
You told us.
Okay. I told y'all that this lady was performative. Okay, so Mr. MAGA was asked about, why. When he was asked about the LGBTQ community, for instance, why didn't he have thoughts on that and the sexual identity? And he said this.
I didn't ever need to know because there wasn't really anyone in my life that it really pertained to.
And it made me think. This man said that he never had to think about any of those things because he didn't have any friends that were affected by it. He wasn't affected by it. So it made me think, so that group of friends that Susan B. Anthony met, them wasn't his real friends. That was a scheme that Todd set up. Who casted them people? Chelsea? Chelsea, you casted Mr. Maga's friends? Those were not that man's friends. With the Asian lady, the LGBTQ lady, they were not at the wedding. So those were not Ben's friends. Anyway, so, you know, we have Susan B. Anthony who regurgitates the same thing that she had been saying all season, that, you know, they didn't have the same views, but remember, they were so aligned. So anyway, we find out that she actually went back to Mr. Maga after the wedding. Remember when he said he wanted to continue a relationship with her and she was like, we'll see. They saw, okay? They saw. And how do we get to this? Nick and Vanessa asked her about the TikTok.
Knowing what I know now about Ben, a TikTok like that makes sense.
So remember, some of y'all was saying that the girl on TikTok was doing the most. Well, Susan B. Anthony said, in retrospect, the TikTok was right. Because just like the girlie on TikTok was saying that, you know, basically she was ghosted. I don't remember if she said it or if Mr. Maga said it. But basically, the same experience that the girl on TikTok had turned out to be Susan B. Anthony's same experience.
After the wedding day, I was in the middle of a travel nurse contract in Nashville.
Apparently, while they were still in the pods and even when they came out, they agreed that they would move out of state because she had a job. She had like a travel nursing job outside of the state. And even post the wedding, they were still dating each other. They were still living together.
That was our plan all along, is that he'd come with me to finish out 3 months. And then I moved back to Minnesota and we'd figure it out.
And when it was time for her to go off to the other state, they packed up their things. She hit the road first. He was supposed to hit the road second. Then once she made it to the next state,
I get to Nashville and that's when I noticed that he removed me from Find My Friends, which I was shocked to see.
Lo and behold and lo, this man took her off Find My Friends. Following that, he sends her a well-orchestrated apology text.
I believe it was 3 very scripted apologies. I read it and I was like, there is no weight to these words.
And after she receives this apology, she doesn't hear from him ever again until about two months before the reunion. And this is due to him telling her that a previous cast member told him that he should be in good standing with her. Like, when I tell you, what?
Told me that he talked to a past cast member who told him and advised him to be on good terms with me.
Like, this is so insane to me. And then it's revealed that it was Jimmy's UPS shipping box head ass.
So do you know who it was, Sarah?
Jimmy.
Jimmy, 2 seasons later, you are still causing all these problems. Hey, whoa. Hey, whoa. Sir, mind your season. Okay? Mind you, see, this is crazy that 2 seasons later, this man is still wreaking havoc, so much so that he does this and you're in 2 of the top 5 memorable moments. Like, please, go away. Go away. So then you have Ben who pretty much says, I mean, I saw the move into Nashville as a breakup.
But you ghosted me for 2 months. I was trying to figure it out.
Ben, we had the agreement.
What? What the hell? What?
That Friday night date, I remember it coming to a pretty certain end.
What the hell is wrong with this man? This man is crazy, okay? So anyway, he says he regrets everything, and basically, he's a knitter.
He's a knitter!
Okay? He is a damn knitter, just like that lady on TikTok said. And Susan B. Anthony, I feel no ways for you. I do not feel bad for you at all. Like, this girl stood on nothing. Like, I've never seen somebody be this level of performative in my life. Like, I really left the wedding episodes like, yeah, like, I didn't totally agree with the way, like, Virginia handled things or Susan B. Anthony handled things. But to see y'all crawl back to these men, what is, like, what? I was rooting for y'all.
I was rooting rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
What is wrong with y'all? Seriously. And y'all doing this during International Black Women's Day month? Are y'all okay? Lord have mercy. Moving on to Tarzan and Jane. And I'm sorry. Tarzan, you like, do you ever brush your hair? Like, do you ever like wash your hair? Like, do you ever like, do you care about your appearance?
At the altar on the wedding day to tell you if he was one.
Like, Monica looks damn good at this reunion. And then there's you. Like, you just like, what is this? What's going on? What is going on up in here? You have Monica who talks about her experience watching the show back. And honestly, this kind of, I'm not going to say shocked me, but
Watching it back was very, very difficult. I was embarrassed at myself for not seeing that this man is not interested in you.
I just wish we saw more of this during the show. I don't know if stuff was definitely edited out, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But you have her basically saying that as she went through the experience and as she was watching it back, it was very degrading to watch how this man really did not take the experience seriously. Like, he never expressed himself and told himself that he loved her. You know, it just gave Surfing USA vibes, and it just felt like he just did not take her serious. Like, she was like, damn, like, I was really trying to love you, and you just throwing around footballs and, you know, rubbing your dick against your friends' dicks. Like, it just was crazy to me. Like, you wearing them damn Bermuda Triangle shirts on your wedding day, you rubbing your dicks around, you know, with your friends and shit. Like, what the fuck? I'm really trying to get married, and you longboarding down my damn wedding aisle. Like, it just gave, you really took none of this seriously. Joey's rebuttal to all this was, you know, he felt like they really didn't make it out of their friend zone.
I do kind of feel like we could never get out of the friend zone.
And he did say that her sister played a huge factor.
And the big reason for me was her sister, because family is my number one value.
But I'm sorry, that just is an excuse to me, because Monica definitely checked her sister for you. At least twice on camera that we saw. So her sister, yeah, her sister was rude, but Monica checked her sister and put her ass in check and got her ass in line. So to me, that's just an excuse, okay? You weren't feeling her. And I hate that we see this deleted scene, because there's a deleted scene where you have his friends and his family telling her, well, I think it was his group of friends, telling her, we're shocked that he really did this show, because like, this man has never wanted to be married.
Joey has always had some like trepidations about marriage just because about his past.
Oh, I didn't know about this at all.
It never gave, I'm trying to get married. Okay? And so as I'm watching this deleted scene, I'm also thinking to myself, okay, Monica, I feel for you, sister, but did you not hear what his friend said to you? This be my thing with a lot of the women that get on this show. Do y'all just have selective hearing? Are y'all not hearing when these men, their family members, their friends are telling you who they are? Are y'all not listening? I need you to listen. Listen. I need you to listen. 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 When these people are telling y'all who these folks are, why are you all not paying attention to that? Then come to find out, Joey was begged to do this show.
They actually called me, and I actually denied them twice because I was kind of seeing someone at that point. So I was like, no, it's not going to work. That relationship didn't work out. And third time was a charm. My sisters were actually a big part of it because they were like, Joey, you got to do this. And I was like, I don't know. Like, and they're like, you have the personality for this. You will have fun.
So Chelsea, Kwame's raggedy ass wife, okay, casted this man who did not want to get married. Y'all are putting men on here who don't want to get married. Like, so what? Y'all are wasting these people's times, okay? Just a waste of time. Chris Colleen with your raggedy ass. I would never get my foot off your neck. This is violence at this point, Okay? Then we find out that Joey was showing more interest for other cast members. For instance, post the Pods meetup, Joey DM'd Madison.
To Madison. And I was like, hey, it was good seeing you. Liked your pink hair.
He loved her pink hair so much that he just had to slide in her DM. I bet did he longboard into her DM? Did he surfing USA into that girl's DM? Like, please, Joey, please. Then he tried to downplay it. And you have Monica saying, I mean, at this point, we're 1 week out from the wedding. You know, we had been sexually intimate with each other. And Joey made sure that we understood that it was just one time.
Did you progress to being physical in that time? You were just a couple times. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just once.
Well,
just once.
You like, hold on, wait, hold on, wait. It was just one night only, one night only. Okay? Why did you have to stress to us that you longboard into that lady coochie only one time? Why did you have to do that? Why did you have to do that? Joey, you shocked me. You shocked me. You shocked me. Msezi. This was not in my bingo card for this reunion for you to be the one that got dragged like this. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. Now, Monica did bring up that she too reached out to Joey after the wedding and was still being intimate with him and was still, dating him. And Joey was like, listen, like, I'm sorry, but I thought that when you say no at the altar, like, you're done.
I didn't feel this was like you say no and then it's dating. Like, to me, this was either a yes or a no on the wedding.
And I agree with him. Why? Like, so all y'all kept reaching out to these people? Like, y'all all kept reaching out to these men who were pretending to be liberals? Y'all all reached out to these super conservative men who were dead ass trying to court liberal women under false pretenses? Mind you, y'all all said no to these men. Why are you reaching out to them? You have to make that make sense to me. You have to make that make sense to me. Monica, I can't defend you, sister. I can't feel bad for you. You brought that on yourself. Sorry. JD Vance and Lauren, my goodness.
So, what's wrong with you?
Did Lauren do something to her face? I know she dyed her hair blonde. She did like a soft blonde. Okay. Not you dyeing your hair into what Dave prefers. It's still kind of giving me pick me energy. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's still giving me a little pick me energy. I'm sorry, Lauren. I'm team you, sister, but girl, you, Lord have mercy. And did she do something to her face? She just looks, maybe it was nose contour. But anyway, Lauren looked good. And JD Vance looked like the Dave and Buster Mouse. Lauren ate his ass up when she said, I'm just more emotionally mature than you, period.
Emotional maturity wise, I was like, I am light years ahead of you.
8 down. Dave admitted that Lauren was right. That Stuart Little, this guy right here who was causing all that ruckus, was basically just a clout chaser. He tried to blame the whole thing again on his sister and his friends. My sister was worried that I was going to be shown in a bad light whole time. Sir, you are the bad light. Dave, you're the bad light. Literally. Please. Self-awareness. And where the fuck is his sister? See, y'all not doing the thing with these reunions. His sister should have been front and center because he talked about that lady so damn much. She's owed a check. She need to be a cast member. She should have been front and center at this damn reunion so that Lauren could finally have a conversation with her. I like that the lattes did ask, let me ask y'all something, does having a booty call one day...
Is it possible to have a booty call one night and literally meet the love of your life the next day?
Everybody was like, yes, like, please, like, that's not please, like, we're all adults. We all have needs. Like, just because you lay down with somebody does not mean that you cannot meet the love of your life the next day. Like, and I'm glad that everybody said that. And you had JD Vance, you know, admitting that he should have fought harder for her. He should have stood up for her. And then you had them asking him, you know, do you feel that she's the one that got away?
You feel like Lauren is the one that got away?
I do. I mean, yeah, I think about it all the time.
And he was like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to speak on that right now.
Tell her how you feel.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I can do that right now.
You know, and they're like, well, tell her how you feel. And it's like, why are y'all trying to force this man to lie? The man does not like her. Like, please. He does not like Lauren. Never did, never will. That man enjoyed torturing that lady. And I just find it disgusting that they were asking her, like, asking him, tell her how you feel. No, shut that shit up. Shut up. They talked to Molly for a little bit and was like, you know, have you been dating? She said, child, for the last year, I have hated men, period. But I thought it was weird that they then asked her, so are you in the coochie now?
Hated men all year.
Yeah.
So still no committed
Working
relationship.
through that, yeah.
Any girlfriends?
No.
This is why the lattes suck. Y'all just suck. I'm sorry, they're not good hosts. Now you have the Meg, Madison, Alex, and Mason love triangle. And honestly, nobody asked for this. I do not care. We do not care. Okay? Nobody asked for this. Literally. I will just say this. Meg is a pick-me. Meg is a pick. Like, she is peak pick-me. Okay? Because you did all that in the pods talking about, I would never be this man's second choice. Then you went seeking him out post the pods only to come to the reunion and y'all ain't together.
Tried dating a couple of times throughout the last year. Ended up in a spot where we kind of both felt like something was off.
Bye. Then you have her and Mason going at Madison, and then you have Alex going at her too, saying how she was so manipulative in the pods.
I know you say you don't fault Mason for anything, but you just did an interview calling him manipulative.
And to be honest, I do not care. I did not care about this. Why is Alex here? Why is Alex here? Love is Blind, y'all know that the streets of Minneapolis have exposed this man for being a pedophile.
And I don't see why she was so upset about this whole thing.
Y'all know this. And yet you had him not only on the stage, but then South by Southwest last week, there was a big like Love is Blind thing, and they had him there. So y'all have him at South by Southwest meeting young girls. Then you have him on this stage trying to embarrass Madison. You have Madison who exposed Alex for talking trash about Mason and Meg. And some people feel like the receipts were not receipting. She pulled out some receipts from her armpit.
Let me take this time to get the screenshots out.
And they were screenshots of text messages. And she read the text messages out loud. Again, a lot of people feel like those were not receipts.
Let's just zoom in right here. Right?
I actually do feel that they alluded to something, which is he is talking slick behind these people's back. But regardless of your beliefs, Madison said something to me that really hit me hard when she said this.
You are the type of person that has to preemptively lie about people who know the truth about who you are, so that when I speak my truth, no one believes me.
When she said that that man is a preemptive liar, it made me think of all the pedo allegations. And if y'all want me to go into detail with that, I'm actually gonna make a whole other video, because there are 3 predators from Love is Blind that I want to talk about. From other Love is Blinds, I definitely want to touch on Alex. But yeah, it just, I do not care. And then, you know what was so weird about this for me? They platformed an alleged pedophile, right? And then, lo and behold and lo, AD and Ollie come out. So now you're trying to make us forget that you just platformed this weirdo, this man who should be in jail, by dangling black love. You know, we had this DEI rollback season where we intentionally showed you no diversity. There were black people, there were other black folks who got engaged, and we chose not to show y'all that. Instead of showing y'all that, we platformed this alleged pedophile. But hey, black love, like it's, what? What? And so many people missed it. So many people missed the scheme that Chris Colleen's raggedy ass set up. But anyway, let's get into Ollie. Let's get into Ollie and AD. This is how you upgrade. Let me tell you something. This is how you upgrade. This is how you shit on niggas. Like, this is how you shit on niggas, okay? This is how you make everybody go to mute. Everybody on mute. This is how you do it. To go from being embarrassed by Clay and his side tooth to getting engaged to Ollie. Now, for those of you guys who don't know who Ollie is, Ollie was on Love is Blind UK, and I had the pleasure of interviewing him. I think I was his only interview while he did the season as far as like a creator. A lot of creators were not team Ollie because him and Demi did not get married. He matched up with Demi, and immediately I feel like once they were out of the pods, a lot of shady stuff happened, and it just felt like other cast members were projecting their thoughts on Ollie onto his relationship with Demi. Demi never spoke ill on Ollie at all. Now, my only gripe, well, I had two gripes with Ollie, was when everybody from the pods reunited and he saw, I can't remember the name of the girl, but he had another girl that he had a connection with, and when he saw her, he was like, oh my gosh, she's sublime. Didn't like that, and when I interviewed him, I told him I didn't like that. What was up with that? But then my second thing that I didn't like about Ollie was when they got to the altar, Demi said no, okay? Now, Ollie gives off that he would have said yes, but Demi said no because she said that there were a couple days between the last day that they filmed and the actual wedding day, and she said that man never called her. And in my interview, I brought that up, and we're down to the aisle. We're down to the aisle. Demi's coming down to the aisle. She looks gorgeous.
Just outstanding.
She looked great. And, you know, in the suite before she gets to you, she talked about the fact that you guys were not communicating before, you know, getting to the wedding. What happened?
No, that's, again, I've got to be really careful because I don't want to throw her under the bus and say that she's lying or telling the truth. But, like, I've gone back and checked and it's not true. Like, we were talking, so I don't understand it. I don't know if she meant we weren't. I don't know if, again, they edited to make it look like she said that when actually she said we haven't spoken as much.
Okay.
But we were speaking every day. We were speaking every day.
Okay.
Like, I would never do this, but I have got the message to say we were speaking every day.
Okay.
Maybe she meant I didn't call her as much, but we would certainly like WhatsApping every single day. So I don't know. Maybe she was disappointed in that there could have been more contact. So I appreciate where she's coming from.
Were you FaceTiming? Were you?
No, we weren't. And maybe that's what she meant. Maybe she was. Okay. There's that scene when I said, "Oh, we're gonna have to FaceTime," in it, and then maybe I dropped the ball. But again, it was also like, why is there so much onus on the man to do this? And I'm like, you ain't got my number. You can FaceTime me. I'm gonna answer.
Now, Ollie.
Now, come on now. No, don't
now,
do this.
Ollie.
You have my back so far. Listen. Come on.
Now, Ollie, do not make me get off the Ollie train now. Now, come on now.
But what I'm saying is, we were talking every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the kind of like most guys are not gonna pick up the phone and be like, baby, let's FaceTime. That's what women normally initiate. If I'm messaging you every day, well, you can't say, oh, we're gonna FaceTime tonight. Yeah, cool, go ahead.
Nah, my man FaceTimes me.
That's different. I've never been a FaceTime kind of guy. It might maybe it's an eye contact thing. Maybe it's the eye contact. I don't like this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like,
okay.
Yeah. Again, maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But
like we're constantly in communication. So maybe there was a loss of communication between both of you as far as like the communication. Who bears the communication?
Yeah.
You know? Like, so maybe because you weren't FaceTiming her or like reassuring her, for her, she felt like, okay, this man ain't talking to me. So now we down to the aisle. I don't like, she's probably going in thinking you're not going to say yes.
No, I understand that.
Can you see the correlation with that?
100%. And I can only apologize. I can only apologize to her for that. Like, I never wanted to make her feel like uncomfortable in any regard, least of all like on that day. Yeah, like I say, I dropped the ball on many occasions during this process. I've never once said like I'm perfect. I don't think I'm as bad as some of the comments. The truth's always somewhere in the middle. Some people are saying, "Oh, Ollie's amazing. He's a perfect gentleman." Some people are saying I'm the scum of the earth. The truth's somewhere in the middle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There were times when I think I held myself well, times when I probably dropped the ball, and times when I probably didn't handle myself the way I could have done. And yeah, I probably should have been a better communicator between the experiment and the wedding, because we had the longest gap, by the way. So some people did.
How long was that?
About a week.
Oh, come on. Only
no,
a week and you ain't FaceTime?
I don't know. I can't remember, but I thought we did. But like, what I'm getting at is, I get why that felt like a long, long time, because some people literally left the experiment, I think, on the Friday.
Ollie, this is why I didn't get my wedding from y'all.
Listen, no, I'm not saying that. Listen, I think as much as, and I still have so much. Listen, don't do this. Not now. I've had you. Don't flip on me now. Don't flip on me now. I've had you. Don't let me lose you now. Come on.
Okay. Come back. Okay.
So my thing is this. I've got so much love for Demi, even up until this point, genuinely. And anyone who wants to question that, I don't give a shit. Like,
for me, it just Ollie he was not willing to do the work. Like, ain't no, but the phone works both ways. No, you're the man. You're supposed to be courting. Okay. And so that was my only thing with Ollie. But a lot of people try to say, he's a colorist. He doesn't prefer black women. He prefers, mixed women. He never gave that to me. And when I said, please, if you have a chance, watch my interview with Ollie. It's actually really, really good. I always thought he was a great guy. And apparently him and Ollie did the perfect, him and AD did the perfect match. And we don't know whether they want it or not. But I just feel like, while I'm very, very excited about this, I just felt like y'all ruined it. Like, you ruined the perfect match for me, because now I know that they're going to end up. Like, I want to be surprised. Now, don't get it twisted. I did peep the pictures and videos of them, but I still wanted to watch the perfect match to see what happened. I mean, I'm still going to watch it anyway. But anyway, those are just some of my thoughts. I think they make a gorgeous couple. Going from Clay to Ollie during Black Women's Month? Hey! God is so good. That's how you upgrade. During Black Women's Month. Okay, that's how you upgrade. Okay? And it just goes to show you that one man's no is another king's yes. Okay? I love the proposal. I think she looked beautiful. I think he looked handsome. I've seen some of the online commentary about, I'm not even going to get into some of the online commentary I've seen. I think some of y'all are just weird. I think that AD brings out a lot of jealousy in folks. I think she brings out a lot of jealousy in folks. Like, don't get it twisted. During her season of Love is Blind, I thought she was a pick-me. I really did. She just gave me pick-me down, because, again, Clay and his side tooth wasn't shit. But I really feel like it just like, girl, the lights are on, but is anybody home? Like, girl, he done told you how many times he don't want to get married. He's embarrassing his parents. He's using his parents to tell you he don't want to get married. But that's it. I don't like the commentary about her appearance. I just think it's very weird. I just think it's very, very weird. Black women, when they get on these shows, these productions do not care to be ready to take care of Black women's makeup, Black women's hair. I know this firsthand. They're not there to do that. So as a Black women's, you know, your edges might not be controlled, and that's okay. And here's the thing, like, y'all, we gotta stop focusing on that. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, yeah, I've made my commentary about people's appearances here and there. You know, I told y'all that Devon's mama looked like Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, but I'm not gonna sit here and be talking about somebody leave out. Like, it's just, let's talk about something else. I don't care. I do not care. Now, in light of AD and Ollie's engagement, beautiful moment. I don't know who told Clay's dusty ass that we wanted to hear from his ass, but he spoke on her engagement, and here's what he said. I'm truly happy for AD and wish her nothing but love and happiness in the next chapter of her life. Our journey together was meaningful, and I'm grateful for the lessons and growth that came from it. I'm excited to see her stepping into the this new season with someone who makes her happy, and I genuinely wish them both the very best. Nobody cares why I said no at the altar. Nobody cares about the truth. They only care about the optics, and the optics is I said no to a Black woman, which is forbidden in today's society. And for that, I apologize that the optics didn't fit the narrative people wanted. You're just a piece of shit. Like, it's like, imagine going through that experience, embarrassing your family, like literally bringing shame onto your family. Watching AD win like this, like, do y'all understand the win that AD got? Do you know how many Black women have gone through this experience and are seeing AD win like this, and they're like, damn. Virginia was in tears. Imagine going through that experience, having the world drag you, your daddy, your mother, and you still walk away learning nothing. Learning nothing. I hope you choke on that missing side tooth from your wedding day, Clay. I really do. I hope you choke on that missing side tooth, because this is not about you saying no to a Black woman. This is simply about you just being an ain't shit person. You're just not a good person. You could have literally just left it at, man, I wish her the best. It's great to see her win like this. I wish I could have done better by her. I regret the way I've treated her. I wish her the best, and may her union be a blessed union. Period. No, you had to go and slight her and remind all of us what you did to her, and then try to gaslight. Don't gaslight us, baby.
Exactly. I don't know who
Did he really think he ate that?
He thought he ate. He
really think he ate that. Like, he really think we forgot.
Plate still
Yeah, exactly. He really thinks he ate that. I hope you choke on that missing side tooth. And honestly, after this, I never want to hear from you again. And honestly, after this, I don't want to hear nothing from this man. I do not want to hear nothing from him. Stop retweeting this man. Stop reposting this man. The only time Clay matters is when AD is being talked about. Clock that. Clock that. The only time you matter is when AD is being talked about. Learn something from this, but learn it in private, because I don't want to see your shit no more. I do not want to see you on my timeline no more. Thank you so much. Learn something from this, but do it in your closet somewhere where nobody sees it. Thank you. But yeah, I think the engagement was beautiful. Then it's the announcement of a podcast. Then it's, Ollie's on her podcast. It just gave the machine is behind them. And let's just be honest. Love is Blind needed this win. I'm happy for Ollie and AD, but I know a scheme that Chris Colleen's raggedy ass set up when I see it. They needed this. They have been getting dragged for how Black women have been getting treated on their shows. And what perfect way to shut Black women up. Like there's not a more perfect way than to do this with AD. Again, love what's going on with them. And I think it's real. But I also think that Love is Blind is sinking their teeth into it because they needed this win, specifically after this DEI rollback season. They needed that. They needed this win. And so, anyway, I want Ollie and AD to milk their ass for everything they could get. And while they do that, I will still not forget how Black women have been treated on the show. I will still continue to keep my foot on Chris Colleen's raggedy ass. Okay? I will still continue to speak up for Black women on this show during Black Women's Month. And if you don't like it, hold on, get mama. I will not be changing that. Period. Anyway, y'all, drop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this reunion. I think it was so much going on. I feel like it just was so much going on. I think the highlight is AD and Ollie. But again, the highlight being AD and Ollie instead of Taylor and Daniel. I'm sorry. The Too Shorts deserve better than that. I'm sorry. That was Lord. My Lord. Drop in the comments. And then that long ass performance. Who the fuck asked for this? Who asked for Alex's twin brother to come sing to us? Nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for this. Drop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this reunion, child. I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care. And my goodness, I'm just seeing. I'm seeing too many white people.